The purpose of this personal preference step 3, I cannot emphasize this enough. So basically, what you're going to do is where it says preferred funeral home, you will never fill that in. Even if they tell you they have a funeral home, just leave it blank. The next thing is a church preference. Now, on the church preference, sometimes people will say, I'm not a church member. On step 1, there's a section down here that says membership, churches, unions. So when you fill this out, if they say they're a member of the ABC Baptist Church, okay, it's pretty much safe to assume that their church preference is going to be the ABC Baptist Church. But you still ask them. I said on step 1 that you remember the ABC Baptist Church. Is that your church preference? Well, I live here in Arizona. ABC Baptist Church is in Tennessee. Oh, okay. What's your church preference here? Because membership to some people is a big deal. So then you'll fill that in. Then if they have a phone number, does the church have a phone? Yeah, sure. Now, it says officiant. Anybody know what the word officiant means? Right. The person sitting across the table from you has no idea. So when it says the officiant, all you have to do is simply ask, who is it that you want to officiate your service? Well, I don't know. Well, it's going to be usually one of 4 people, either clergy, family, friend, or the funeral director. And they'll tell you which one they want. If they cannot make a decision, any portion of step 3, I'm going to give you the out because you do not want to stall here because sometimes as we go through this, they're going to stall. So anywhere when you're with somebody and they begin to stall, what I mean, like they can't make a decision, they just say, oh, that's okay. Just write it in your personal planning book, and I'll see personal planning guide here. That's how you keep the ball rolling. Otherwise, you'll stall, and you don't want to. Do you know what I mean by stall? Okay, so what I mean by stall is, well, who do you want to officiate your service? Well, yeah, officiate. Yeah, lead. Yeah, whoever's going to do the talking. Yeah. So, well, I don't know who I want to officiate, and you give the 4, right? And, oh, I don't know. So now you're stalling. Just say, well, that's okay. Just write it down on a piece of paper and put it in your personal planning guide. I'll just see personal planning guide here, okay? And then you can keep the ball rolling because you don't want to stall. Disposition preference, burial, cremation. There's only 2. However, you're sitting there with Mr. and Mrs. Jones, and you've done a good warm-up. You know what's going on. You've done a great presentation with the personal planning guide. If you've done that, chances are you're going to know most of what we're going to talk about here. So when they say disposition preference, oh, I want to have a burial. Great, you just check the burial box. Okay, I want to be cremated. Oh, okay. Well, if someone says, I just want to be cremated, this is where you have to know the 4 options that they'll have. They'll have 4 options. What notes you're going to want to write this down because I don't think that's in the script. On the back of this right here, there's notes, blank paper, you can write notes. So write cremation, 4 options. I'm just going to go over the 4 options. Don't ask any questions, please, till after I get done. Otherwise, we'll stall. You ready? Okay. Number 1, a traditional gathering followed by cremation. Then leave a little space so you can put a note underneath there. Traditional gathering followed by cremation. And leave yourself some space because you're going to have to put some notes. Number 2, private family time. Ready for number 3? If you're not, just let me know. I don't want to rush. Number 3, direct cremation. And number 4, immediate burial. I know. Why am I talking about that in cremation? That's why I told you to ask you not to ask any questions yet, because now I'm going to explain it all. So in people's mind, cremation is put me in the oven, and I'm done. Now, in order to serve the families that you're sitting with, if someone says, I just want to be cremated, you have to give them these 4 options. Because the agent that I was speaking with yesterday assumed that the funeral home was going to take the ashes, or cremated remains is the technical term. I use the word ashes all the time, even though it's not technical, because the people sitting across the table from me don't know what cremated remains. They know what ashes are. Ask some people, right? So he had just assumed that the funeral home is going to take them to there. But if you read direct cremation, there's no services whatsoever.